Why SpaceX is currently valued at $100 million. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we have a very informative topic lined up for you. We will talk about why SpaceX is currently valued at $100 million. So sit back and relax because we are just diving into the video. SpaceX has apparently become the second most valuable private company in the world. SpaceX's valuation has topped $100 billion, making the company even more of a rich rarity in a fast-growing industry. CNBC reported the valuation earlier this month, basing its story on anonymous sources. SpaceX is not a publicly traded company, so details of its financing are private, the outlet explained. Existing investors sold off enough stock recently, at $560 per share, to push SpaceX's valuation to $100.3 billion, according to CNBC. For perspective, the Biden administration's 2022 budget request allocates $24.7 billion to NASA. SpaceX's new valuation makes it one of the rare private centicorn or hectacorn companies in the world, a $1 billion unicorn 100 times over, CNBC's Michael Sheets wrote in the report. SpaceX is now the second most valuable private company in the world, according to CB Insights, behind only China's ByteDance and jumping past fintech, financial technology firm Stripe. SpaceX's new share price is about 33% higher than it was during SpaceX's last valuation, which occurred in February. Back then, shares were priced at $419.99 apiece, and the company was valued at $74 billion, CNBC added. A lot has happened with SpaceX in the last 8 months, which may be contributing to the increased valuation. SpaceX's second operational mission to the International Space Station, Crew 2, launched in April, and a third, Crew 3, is expected to launch this weekend. The company also received massive press coverage in September for its Inspiration 4 mission, which sent billionaire Jared Isaacman and 3 other private citizens on a 3-day trip to Earth orbit aboard a Crew Dragon capsule. In addition, NASA selected SpaceX to provide the human landing system for the agency's Artemis moon program in April, although work has been stalled since then due to ongoing disputes from competitor companies, and then a lawsuit. A media report from last week suggested that the U.S. Senate will direct NASA to select a second company to participate in the Artemis human landing contract as well. SpaceX will fulfill its Artemis contract using Starship, its next-generation deep space transportation system. The company made another big media splash in May of this year, when a Starship prototype called SN-15 aced a high-altitude test flight from South Texas. SpaceX plans to attempt its first-ever Starship orbital test flight with the prototype SN-20 relatively soon, but the company is waiting on approval from the Federal Aviation Administration to do so. The jump in SpaceX's valuation has come as another feather in the cap of Elon Musk, whose electric vehicle-making company, Tesla, has had a very successful run during the past year. All these ventures that have taken off have made Musk one of the richest people in the world. Musk recently tweeted that he wants to venture into the aviation industry by building electric supersonic jets, but added that any more workload may cause his brain to explode. The company is undertaking 2 other notable projects: launching Starlink satellites to low Earth orbit to provide high-speed internet connectivity to even the remotest areas of the planet, and the Starship rocket, which aims to land humans on the lunar surface, Mars, and beyond. Launched in 2019, the Starlink project has begun beta testing with 100,000 users. As of August, the stacking of the Starship rocket has been completed. 2017 has already been an exciting, momentum-building year for Elon Musk's SpaceX, and now, the company has something else to add to their list of achievements: a significant injection of funding. Based on a new filing, SpaceX raised $100 million by selling shares, adding to the roughly $350 million raised in August. Other ambitious projects include the BFR rocket, which Musk believes could transport people to any part of the world in 60 minutes and, eventually, to Mars. Then, of course, they also have the rest of that ambitious plan to colonize Mars to work through the first planned cargo mission for that is currently set for 2022. As if that wasn't enough to keep the rocket maker busy, SpaceX also has their Raptor prototype rocket engine to scale up and perfect, and the company wants to launch more than 4,000 satellites into space to create a high-speed, global internet network. SpaceX recently presented the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, Starlink internet performance tests, showing it was capable of download speeds of between 102 megabits per second to 103 megabits per second, upload speeds of 40.5 megabits per second to not quite 42 megabits per second, and a latency of 18 milliseconds to 19 milliseconds. Other countries to follow as soon as we receive regulatory approval, he added. It is expected that there will be gigabit speeds on offer, meaning up to 1 gigabit per second internet speeds, with a fairly low latency of up to 25 milliseconds. Starlink plans to offer these internet services for around $80 per month, which is priced at par if not lower than similar speed broadband plans in most countries, including India. SpaceX has not disclosed who invested in its latest round, and the amended filing with the SEC gives no information about what changed since the August filing beyond the total size of the round. SpaceX hasn't disclosed how it will use the funds, but the company has a number of major projects that will require investment far beyond the capital it raised in its recent round. They include 2 constellations of satellites to provide broadband internet access, starting with an initial system of 4,425 Ka and Ku-band satellites with a later set of 7,500 V-band satellites. A company executive said last month the first prototype satellites of the initial constellation will be launched in the next few months, with commercial service starting in 2020 or 2021. As such, SpaceX's on-paper wealth has multiplied to 100 times over the $1 billion unicorn mark, making it a centicorn, if you will. SpaceX is now the world's second most valuable privately held company, behind only China's supermassive internet juggernaut ByteDance, according to data from business analytics firm CB Insights. In recent years, SpaceX has raised billions to build a constellation of thousands of Starlink satellites, which supply broadband internet access to vast swaths of the planet, as well as the Starship rocket launch system. It's currently jockeying with rival company Blue Origin over a NASA contract to create lunar landers for astronauts, and over turf in the emerging field of space tourism. But its meteoric rise also proves that perhaps unlike some of its space race competitors this year, looking at you, Bezos and Branson, it doesn't need to ship a billionaire celebrity into orbit in order to make headlines. But of course, we wouldn't rule out a trip to the cosmos for the famously eccentric Elon Musk. After all, once you've become Earth's richest man, founded a multitude of innovative ventures mapping everything from underground tunnel networks to the human brain, and wielded the power to sway stock markets by the billions with a single tweet, what's left to conquer but the final frontier? That's at the end of the video. Hope you like this video, plus thank you for spending some time with us, and please let us know in the comments section below about the video. A gentle reminder: subscribe to our channel for more content just like this one, and also press the bell icon to get notified about our new uploads. Hey people, you thought it was great to see this video. If you want to see which videos we have on our channel, then you can click above.